It's just a great movie.
An essential. I do have a couple of objections about this movie, which I think is terrific, and Stanwyck terrific. But I think that there were a couple of scenes later in the film where she's really aware of the problems her daughter's having and everything. When they dress her so badly, like out of a circus or something like that. And Stella's not a totally dumb woman. She's from another world, but she's not dumb. And I just thought that since she, at this point, is kind of aware that she wants to be something better for her daughter, that she would allow herself to revert back to that sort of way that she dressed. I had a little problem with that.
It's interesting because I read a few different critiques of that from different film critics over the years. And I have to say, I feel like I've been through circumstances in my life where people really did do something sort of over the top that in turn caused that kind of reaction. And for me, I thought it was sort of spot on and actually tracked back in the film very well for me when he says to her, Frank Dallas, after they're married, you know, he sort of insinuates, I want to strip you of some of the accoutrements and accessories, like when they're going out to that dancing club right after she gives birth, and he's saying, please don't put all of that stuff on. He basically insinuates it's not classy. And I think some people really think the more I sort of deck out and layer it on, the more presentational I'll be. And I don't think it's necessarily, you know, fair to rip her apart so much for being this caricature of a woman in this high society, like tennis playing environment. It's like weird. I get kind of loyal to those people, and I'm like, look, she's eccentric. She's got flair. Leave her alone.
Yeah, and Stanwyck got an Oscar nomination, as did Anne Shirley, who played the daughter.
But they both lost.
Yeah, Stanwyck never won an Oscar.
Yes.
You know, I do think that those people that never won an Oscar, like Garbo and Cary Grant and Irene Dunn, they never were bad. And I think sometimes if you're not always consistent in your work, if you do something really wonderful, it sounds and feels even more wonderful to people.
But you can tell in the Academy Awards, too, like when someone is being awarded for a body of work or a specific performance.
Right.
And in hindsight, it would be so wonderful to, you know, give these people awards for their body of work. And maybe in that moment, they lost to somebody who had given a specific performance that just really connected with people at that time. Awards are funny that way. They should be acknowledged, you know, for when they're given, but never have any representation of a lack of that person's worth and ability if they hadn't won awards, you know?
So Stella Dallas, quite a film.
Oh, heart-wrenching.
Yeah, a killer. Well, here's a preview of what's coming up next week on The Essentials. Field of Dreams, 1989. This is a baseball movie that really isn't about baseball.
This and Bull Durham, which Kevin Costner did, both baseball films, are just my favorite of his.
One of the treats of this movie is Burt Lancaster in probably the last important film he was ever in.
The quote in the movie is not, if you build it, they will come. It's, if you build it, he will come.
From 1989, Field of Dreams. That's next Saturday at 8 p.m. Eastern. You can find out more at tcm.com. Thanks for joining us for The Essentials.
Tonight on Turner Classic Movies, Spencer Tracy and Lana Turner cause a high society scandal in Cass Timber Lane. Then Nobody is Too Good for Ginger Rogers in Kitty Foyle. And William Marshall is out for blood as Blackula.
Hi, this is the